Hey, it looks like you made it to our second video for division, and today our focus will be division properties for lesson 2. My name is Miss Aaliyah. Welcome to Royal Education. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hype the video so YouTube knows that you like our content. Today we'll be doing math. You can follow along with our resource from TPT Unit 5 Division Properties and Strategies. Today's video will focus on division properties. Here we have division properties that we'll be discussing today, and we'll go through them one by one. Again, properties are math facts that if we understand, they can help us to solve problems just a little bit faster. Let's start with identity property. 6 divided by 1 equals, well, this is a fairly easy equation to solve. If we understand identity property, we can solve it a little bit faster. But what does 6 divided by 1 actually mean? Well, as we learned before, our dividend tells us how many items we have. So in this scenario, we have 6 apples. Let's count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our divisor tells us how many groups our items will be divided into. In this case, our divisor is 1. So we have 1 bucket. If we have to divide our 6 apples into this 1 bucket, can you take a guess as to how many apples will end up in the bucket? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Just like our scenario from lesson 1, if you have 6 pieces of candy and only 1 student comes to school, then that 1 student takes all of the candy. Just like here, all of the apples will end up in the bucket. So, do you know what the answer might be or the quotient might be for 6 divided by 1? That's right, 6. And so the rule states that any number divided by 1 stays the same. 6 divided by 1 equals 6. And that is the identity property. Now it's your turn. Can you take a guess as to what 8 divided by 1 would be? Use what you learned about identity property. That's right. 8 divided by 1 is 8. The rule states that any number divided by 1 stays the same. That is identity property. Let's move on. Our friend here is busy and he's going on a trip. Let's make sure we follow all the way till the end until he gets home. This is another form of identity property. 6 divided by 6 equals, let's see what that actually means. Our dividend says we have 6 items to give away, right? So that means we have 6 apples. Let's count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our divisor says that we have to share them among 6 people, or we have to share them into 6 buckets. So now ask yourself, how many apples will be in each bucket if I split them up? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So can you take a guess as to how many apples will be in each bucket? That's right, 1. Because we have 6 items and we have 6 buckets, there will be 1 item per bucket. So the rule states that any number divided by itself equals 1. Isn't that easy? Now it's your turn. Remember the rule and see if you can find an answer. According to identity property, what is 9 divided by 9? 9 divided by 9 equals 1. Again, the rule states that any number divided by itself equals 1. Isn't that easy? As long as you know the rules, it will be so easy to do your division facts. Again, that is another form of identity property. Let's move on. Again, our friend is on a busy trip. Let's see if we can follow him all the way home. Let's talk about zero property. Here we have 0 divided by 6. What does that look like? Well, if we have a dividend of 0, that means we have no items to share.
Oh no!
As you can see here, our friend is really panicking, right? But it says divided by 6, which means we have 6 buckets, but nothing to share. So how many of our items will each of these buckets get if we have nothing? Exactly, we have no apples to share today. That means that if we have nothing to share, but we have a divisor, then our answer will be 0. 0 divided by any number except 0 equals 0. That is the rule. If there is nothing to share, each group gets 0. Again, if the teacher brings no candy to school and 5 students come to the school, everyone will leave with the same amount, which is 0. Let's remember the 0 property because now it's your turn. Using what you know about 0 property, 0 divided by 17 equals... That's right, 0, because again, the rule states that 0 divided by any number except 0 equals 0. If there is nothing to share, each group will get 0. Now we've learned the identity property and the 0 property. Let's keep going. Just like our friend here, he's still on his journey. Stay focused so you can make it all the way with him. Let's learn about the undefined property. This is 6 divided by 0. Now be careful, right? Some of you might be confused, but didn't we just do this problem? Actually, no, it's different. Here we have 6 divided by 0. Our last problem said 0 divided by 6, and there is a big difference here. Let's figure out what that means. Our last problem, 0 divided by 6 equals 0, states that there are no items, there are no apples to be shared, but there are 6 buckets. 6 divided by 0, on the other hand, is different. This states that we have 6 items or 6 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples to be shared, but there are no buckets. And with no buckets, can we share our apples? Can we divide our apples? No. So the answer to this question would be undefined. Please remember that word. Let's say it together again. Undefined. So 6 divided by 0 equals undefined. Division by 0 is undefined. You cannot divide into 0 groups. Now it's your turn. Please remember what you just learned about the undefined property. 15 divided by 0 equals... undefined. Exactly. Division by 0 is undefined. You cannot divide into 0 groups. Let's move on. Oh, it's getting a little late. That means we're getting closer to the end. Hang in there. Non-commutative property of division. Let's use non-commutative property to understand and solve the problem below. 6 divided by 2 equals, well, Commutative property means you can change the order of the numbers and still get the same answer. Is that true? Non-commutative property of division. Let's take a look at the equation below. If we have 6 divided by 2, that means we have 6 apples, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are dividing them into 2 groups, so we have 2 buckets. Now, let's divide our apples and see what answer we might get. How many in each bucket? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, can you take a guess as to how many apples in each bucket? That's right, the answer is 3 apples in each bucket. So, non-commutative property means if you change the order of the numbers, you will not get the same answer. So let's change the numbers around. Before, we had 6 divided by 2 equals 3. But if we turn the numbers around, we would get 2 divided by 6. And unfortunately, that does not equal 3. In fact, let's take a look at what that would look like. Because the dividend represents the total number of items we have, here we have 2 apples. And if we divide it by 6, that means we have 6 buckets. This is a completely different question. Here we're trying to divide, but there's not enough apples for all of the buckets. This would require a little bit more work. It might even require us doing some slicing. So that is how we know that 2 divided by 6 does not equal 6 divided by 2. And this is a fact because we know that there is non-commutative property when it comes to division. In division, we cannot move the numbers around and get the same answer. This is different from addition and multiplication, where you can move the numbers and still get the same product or sum. In division and subtraction, we cannot move the numbers around because that ultimately will change our quotient or our difference. So again, the rule states that changing the order of the numbers changes the answer. For example, 12 divided by 3 does not equal the same thing as 3 divided by 12. In division, the order matters. So now you've learned non-commutative property. Let's keep going. Let's learn distributive property, my favorite. Sometimes you're going to have numbers that are a little bigger than you like. So for example, we have 16 divided by 2. If you're uncomfortable working with big numbers like 16, you can use distributive property to help you move a little faster when solving. First, you'd have to decompose the number 16. Decompose means to break the number up into smaller add-ins that you may be familiar with. I'm familiar with 10 and 6. So I have decomposed the number 16 and I got 10 plus 6. However, I still have to bring down my 2, so I put divided by 2 outside my parentheses. Then I have to distribute. Distribute means to give out. So in this case, I have to give 2 to everybody inside of the parentheses. So 6 gets a 2 and so does 10. After sharing my 2 around, I have 10 divided by 2 plus 6 divided by 2. And I rewrite my equation so it's clear and easy for me to see what's going on. Now I have 2 problems that I have to solve. I have to ask myself, what is 10 divided by 2? And that's how I get the answer 5. And over here, I have to ask myself, what is 6 divided by 2? And I get the answer 3. Now my final equation here is 5 plus 3, and that's pretty easy. The answer is 8. So now we see that by using distributive property, we can break down a bigger number into smaller numbers that are easier for us to work with until we find our answer. So 16 divided by 2 equals 8. The rule states a dividend can be broken into parts that are easier to divide. Break apart to divide smaller numbers. Now it's your turn. Can you tell me what is 40 divided by 5? Again, the rule states a dividend can be broken into parts that are easier to divide. 40 divided by 5. The answer is 8. 40 can be broken into 20 plus 20, and both of those add-ins can be divided by 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 20 divided by 5 is also 4. So then you would end up with the equation 4 plus 4, which will give you 8. And that was distributive property. Let's move on. I feel like our friend is almost home. We don't have a long way to go, so hang in there. Let's talk about inverse operations. 10 divided by 2 equals... Now, inverse operations tells us that the inverse of division is actually multiplication. So when we do inverse operations, instead of dividing, we are going to use our understanding of multiplication facts to help us solve the problem. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5, right? If I have 10 items and I split them in half, I know that I will end up with 5. But if I spin this backwards and use inverse operations and write the equation backwards, I would get my 5 would come inside and I would have 5. The next number is 2, so I will switch my operation to multiplication instead of division. 5 times 2 equals 10. And now I know that I am unequivocally correct. You see, division and multiplication are like cousins. One cousin stands for division and the other cousin stands for multiplication. So they are inverse operations. When we look here, even at our fact families, if we know that 2 times 5 equals 10, then we should also know that 10 divided by 5 gives us 2, or 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. There's a relationship between all of these numbers. And this is what our fact family would look like. So if you're really good at multiplication, if you work backwards, you'll be able to solve your division equations. Now you can try for yourself. What do you think 8 divided by 3 equals? Well, let's take it slow. If we move 18 outside and we switch the operation to multiplication, then we just have to ask ourselves, what times 3 will give me 18? Well, the answer is 6. 6 times 3 equals 18. And again, let's take a look at the inverse operation relationship. We have 3 times 6 equals 18, but if we do the inverse operation, division, 18 divided by 6 would give me 3. And 18 divided by 3 would give me 6. So it all works out in our big fact family. Now it is your turn. Do you know what 24 divided by 4 is? 24 divided by 4 equals 6. And you could have figured that out if you used the inverse operation. And that's the inverse relationship. You can use pages 10 to 23 to follow along with this video and to work on exercises to show your strength and your understanding of the concepts we talked about today. This also aligns with our standards listed below right here. And so I hope that you were able to learn a little bit more about division properties. And look, our friend made it all the way home, thanks to you. Thank you for watching today's video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.